I'm ready for it.
Me too.
But a game which does have a great protagonist is Tunic, which is my other game that I'm playing on stream. So I'm still not done this game, but I'm definitely, I think, halfway through. So Tunic is basically a Zelda clone, I would say, kind of in the realm of a Link Between Worlds kind of deal, or one of the, or Link's Awakening, like that. So you're basically a fox instead of Link, and you have your sword. You can get magic. You can have your shield. It's basically Zelda, and it's great. It constantly surprises me. It's really fun. One of the main mechanics of the game, I guess not a mechanic, but you don't know what you're doing. You don't know why you're there. You don't know why you're a fox with the sword. Like there's no when you're dropped into this world, it's just like, hey, explore. And eventually, like, you're just following markers around the world, and you go to a sign, and it has this secret language that you cannot read. So it's a bunch of little scribbles, basically, and you just follow the scribbles. You never know what they say. Sometimes it'll have like English text, sometimes, but you're just exploring the world. So it's very much like Ring in that, oh, like, here's this vast world, go explore it. But unlike Elden Ring, there is an overarching plot that you're supposed to figure out. So this game has basically manual pages. So, like, remember in PS1 and PS2 days where you had game manuals that tells you how to play the game? This game has that in game. So in
Huh.
game, you're basically trying to find these instruction manuals, like pages, a part of this game manual to figure out how to play the game. And the game manual is written in the weird language that you don't can't read at all. It's just scribbles, but it basically makes you figure out the game based off of the pictures that are in the book. So, like, it might have words and telling you what to do in this made up language, but the pictures might be like, oh, like your little fox might have like a question mark over his head, and he's looking at this, like a page with a number 24 on it, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I need page 24 or something like that. And another page might have, a whole map, and then have like all of these different basically hints around it with little pictures just like guiding you to be like, oh, go this way, kind of deal. So I love it. It's much better than Elden Ring, with in that with Elden Ring you're just given, just explore, period. But with Tunic and this game manual, there's like little hints basically in the form of these pictures that you figure out, which I'm really, really enjoying about it. And there's hidden buttons that one time you'll get like a manual that'll be like, oh, hold this down. And then when you actually do it in game, you'll unlock like a new ability that you always had, but you never knew to hold it down for like 5 seconds or however long the manual says it, because it unlocks like a new game mechanic that you never knew you had, basically. So basically, this game's great. There's a lot of hidden stuff in there. It's basically Zelda. I'm really enjoying the very, very loose plot that it has. And yeah, it's super fun.
Isn't Link's hat called a tunic?
I have no idea. Even though
I
I have a
think it
shield right
is.
there and a hat, Zelda hat, I don't know anything about Zelda. You're asking
My
the
fault.
wrong person.
I thought we were talking to the Zelda expert.
Nope, nope, not me. I'm just a poser.
But yeah, I've looked at this game. I have it downloaded. Haven't played it yet, but
It's on
you're
Game Pass too.
I know, and it's like that is to me just perfect because I don't think I would have bought this game. I played enough what Zeldavanias? Like I don't know, like what
Sure, that's a word.
I mean, good. Yeah, Castlevania is a word, Metroidvania, Zeldavania. So, those type of like, top down, not platformers, but what would you even call those? It's
I
a
don't even
specific
know, to be
genre of
honest.
game though.
Yeah, it's like a
Because Death's
top.
Door is one of them.
Mhm.
Like yeah, but those type of games like this, it seemed like it was doing a lot of things that were unique, especially with the map you were talking about, especially with the language thing. Like I really and this game has been in development for a pretty long time too. It's I think one person, right?
Yeah, made by a single person, which is incredibly impressive,
I
much like
always
Undertale.
yeah. I always get really impressed by those type of games. You think of Stardew Valley, you think of like you said, even like The Witness, stuff
Mhm,
like that. I'm like, this is like having the idea of that made by one person makes me respect this game even more, and I guess even give it kudos.
mhm.
Do you think this game stands up as a game? Does it feel like a game that was like, you can compare to some of the other great indie games that we've had?
I think so, honestly.
Cool.
I will say, like, this because the story is so loose, like, you're not here for the story like you would be for Undertale. Like, Undertale has the story, it has, like, the comic has everything, bunch of unique stuff. This feels much more like a true clone of literally Zelda. So,
Mhm.
like, everything in it has really been done before, truly. It's just in another setting is kind of where I'm resting with it. But it's still really, really fun, and the art is incredibly beautiful, the gameplay is solid, like, everything feels like the gameplay itself feels really, really tight. But yeah, it can definitely stand toe to toe with a lot of indie games, but I wouldn't give it innovation points. Aside from the manual, which is, like, a really cool experience and idea.
Excellent, excellent.